Hello everyone, this is Gemini Jets 1975 coming at you with a Toronto Pearson International Airport update. This will be update number 3. Couple shout outs. We have shout out for Aviation JXXX. Then we have Birdie's Aviation, and then we have Bryce's Aviation and Sirens, and Spotting ADL, Aviation Winnipeg, and Gemini Jets PR. So please go check out those channels. Thank you very much. And we get started over here with the American terminal, because this is the American terminal. Air Transat and WestJet, Air Canada Rouge, and then internationals. So right over here, guys, is the United Airbus A320 operating as flight 228, just arrived from Chicago. Right here, guys, is American CRJ 700 operating as flight 3986, just arrived from Chicago as well. Okay, the Delta CRJ 700, double check. Delta CRJ 700 operating as flight 6285 will be departing for Detroit. Right here, Delta 717 operating as flight 2551 will be departing for Atlanta. And oh wait, just a second, guys. I almost forgot something. Oh, never mind. Okay, right here is a Delta Airbus A320 operating as flight 2797, will just arrived in from Salt Lake City. Right here, Delta CRJ 900 operating as flight 4072, just arrived in from New York JFK. Okay, American A319 operating as flight 2449, will be departing for Miami. Excuse me. A United E170 operating as an E175, operating as flight 6085, arrived in from Washington Dulles. United CRJ 700 operating as flight 4537, arrived in half an hour ago from Denver. And then last, with the American carriers, we have a United A319 operating as flight 1769, will be departing for Chicago in an hour. Alright, over here to the Air Transat WestJet terminal. Right here, the Air Transat A310 operating as flight 798, will be departing for Puerto Vallarta. Oops, let's go down here. WestJet 763 operating as flight 4, arrived in an hour ago from London Gatwick. Alright, right here, a WestJet 737-800 operating as flight 536, arrived in 20 minutes ago from Winnipeg. And we have a WestJet 737-700 operating as flight 2661, arrived in an hour ago from Montego Bay. Right here, a WestJet Encore -8 Q400 operating as flight 3574, will be departing for Sudbury in 10 minutes. Last but not least, Air Transat 738 operating as flight 246, will be departing for Orlando in 25 minutes. Alright, now for the beautiful Air Canada terminal. Let's start in the back. Right there, the Air Canada Rouge A321 operating as flight 1641, arrived in from Miami just now. Air Canada -8 Q400 operating as flight 8547, will be departing for Thunder Bay in 20 minutes. Air Canada CRJ 200 Where was it? Okay, operating as flight 7358, arrived in from Cincinnati 10 minutes ago. Air Canada, Embraer 190, operating as flight 1118, just arrived in from Regina. Air Canada in the Trans-Canada livery A319, operating as flight 729, just arrived in from New York's LaGuardia. Air Canada A319 in the standard livery, operating, double check, as flight 973, arrived in 30 minutes ago from Georgetown. Okay, Air Canada A321, operating as flight 177, will be departing for Edmonton in about 5 minutes. Air Canada Beach 1900, operating as flight 7289, just arrived in from Rochester. Okay, Air Canada Airbus A320, operating as flight 698, will be departing for St. John's, pushing back. Air Canada 788, operating as flight 883, arrived in from Copenhagen about 2 hours ago. Air Canada Rouge 763, operating as flight 1629, arrived in from Fort Lauderdale about 20 minutes ago. Air Canada A330, operating as flight 843, just arrived in from Dublin. Air Canada Rouge A319, operating as flight 973. Oh, here we go. Operating as flight 7094, will be departing for Vancouver. Air Canada 777-300, operating as flight 858, will be departing for London Heathrow. And then Air Canada 777-200, operating as flight 16, just arrived in from Hong Kong. All right, so let's go over to the international terminal. All right, Interjet. Interjet Airbus A320, operating as flight 2831, will be departing for Mexico City. Iceland Air 752, operating for the 753, will be operating as flight 603, arrived in from Reykjavik. Copa 738, sorry about the crying, guys. Copa 738, operating as flight 470, arrived in from Panama City. Air France 777-200, operating as flight 356, just arrived in from Paris Charles de Gaulle. Aer Lingus A330-200, just operating as flight 350, as 129, just arrived in from Dublin. All right, this one, British Airways 777-200, operating as flight 93, just arrived in from London Heathrow. Lufthansa 744, operating as flight 470, just arrived in from Frankfurt. Last but not least, Cathay Pacific 777-300, there we go. Wow, did I write that down? Yes. Operating as flight 829, will be departing for Hong Kong here in a moment. Last but not least, FedEx MD-10 going out to Memphis whenever they want to. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe as always. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.